Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Himanshu Misra and I welcome you again to this course of Advanced Marketing Orientation. This will be the first video of the fifth module. The fifth module will talk about the distribution related aspects, the distribution strategies adopted by the organizations, the various kind of distribution channel, how to decide or how to select the right kind of distribution channel for any marketing organization. Distribution commonly means that whatever products the organization is manufacturing, they may be manufacturing it at one facility or maybe at multiple facilities in the country. Now, taking this final product to the end consumer who might be located in different parts of the country is the role of distribution channel. So, the overall objective of the distribution channel is to make your products available to the consumers, and of course in different type of distribution channel the cost associated will be different, and there are various factors which should be considered before finally selecting or choosing a distribution channel. In other words, it is said that the objective of the distribution is to ensure the right product to the right customer in the right quantity, in the right condition, at the right place, at the right time, and finally at the right cost. So these 7 rights is very difficult to be achieved, and that is what makes distribution a very complicated function, but an essential one, because whatever promises you have been making to the consumers, ultimately it is the product who is going to deliver it. So I have to make sure that the product reaches to the customers in the right condition so that all the promised benefits are realized. As we said, that probably distribution in formal definition, it may be defined as that this is basically a network which includes a group of interconnected storage facilities, distribution methods, and various intermediaries that are used to send goods from the point of production to the point of consumption. Right? Another way to look at it is, if you look at this figure, you will find that probably the carrying facility is located here. From this facility, my finished products will move to the carrying and forwarding agent, and these are the various options through which I can make my products available to the consumers. It can be, I can make use of the modern trade, which means all the organized retailers, or through the network of wholesalers, retailers, stockists, and so on, and finally to the retailers, this product will reach to the consumer. Or if maybe I'm talking about also making this product available to the rural consumers, then this channel will be treated in a different manner, and the intermediaries, their rules will be altogether different. So there are multiple ways through which you can make your products available to the consumers. In today's scenario, online also has become a very strong channel through which you can make your products available to the consumers. So we will talk about all those aspects and all such critical factors which will affect the distribution strategy of a company. Now, as I was talking about the various channels, there can be various ways through which you can directly make your products available to the consumers, and they are called as direct distribution channels, which may include direct selling. That is, the company themselves are providing the product directly to the consumers with the help of some electronic intermediary. So it may be channels like Asian Sky Shop, Naptol, and so on. You can also take orders on telephone. You can also provide your products to the consumers online. All this will be a part of direct selling. There can be channels like personal selling, wherein the company will be having their own sales force who will be providing these products and related services to the consumer. Personal selling is in fact a very common channel in business to business market. Or if you look at organizations like Eureka Forbes, they made this channel very popular in countries like India. And then these days D2C or direct to consumer is also becoming very important. So in all the direct channels, the manufacturer will themselves directly provide the products to the consumers, and there will be no role of intermediaries. While if you look at the indirect channel, then in this indirect channel, the company will provide the products to the consumers through some channel partners or channel intermediaries. This channel, it can be a traditional channel. When I say it's a traditional channel, that means there will be a chain of intermediary, which may include a CNF agent, which may include wholesalers, which may include distributors, which may include retailers, and finally the product will reach to the consumers. Then the another way of indirect distribution channel is, another example is modern trade. So when we talk about modern trade, we are talking about all the organized retailers. So if an organization is making its product available through, say, organizations like a Smart Bazaar, through Pantaloons, through Shopper Stop, and through say other such retailers, then this will be a part of indirect. The difference between the traditional and modern trade would be that the number of intermediaries in traditional channel will be much more as compared to modern trade. And then there can be online channels. So there may be platforms like Amazon, or there are platforms like Flipkart, wherein a manufacturer, a marketer, they can also sell their products on these channels. So basically, if you look at, then an organization has to decide that whether they want to directly go to the consumers, or they wish to provide these products, these services, with the help of some intermediary or with the help of some channels. The cost implications will be different, and the satisfaction of the customers will be different. The level of services in these two channels will be different, and these are some important point of consideration when you are deciding on the distribution channel for an organization. And yes, it's sometimes very, very tricky, because maybe there is a organization which is, say, this is a marketer and this is my end consumer. So I may provide this product to the consumer with a network of, say, wholesalers, with the help of, say, distributors, with the help of, say, retailers, right? And this organization can also make use of modern trade to provide the same product to the consumers. The same organization, their products may also be available on Amazon, and the consumer can also purchase from that. So which means that the same product, you may decide to make it available through multiple channels, and whenever you are doing it, it is typically called as multi-channel distribution, or it is also called as omni-channel. So in both these, multi-channel and omni-channel, they are not the same terms. The only similarity between them, that in these cases the organization is using more than one way to make their products available to the consumers. And the difference typically is that multi-channel, the different channels are treated differently, while in omni-channels you will find that they will be more integrated, or there will be more synergy between them. But in today's scenario, most of the organizations, they are making use of multiple channels to reach out to different segments and different customer segments in different parts of the country, right? Now if you look at, then this is one figure which tries to bring together all the direct and the indirect distribution channels, right? So there is an organization, say, who is making its product, then these products, final products, are reaching to the warehouse. If the organization is also engaged in import and export, then from here this will go for the exports. If I am making make use of general trade, that is the traditional, as we said, this network will have different intermediaries, like there may be super stockists in this case, there may be wholesalers, there may be distributors, there may be retailers, and finally the end consumer is there, right? So at least in this channel there are three intermediaries which are involved. One, this is 2, and this is 3. So this is called as 3-level distribution channel, or 3-degree distribution channel. These terminologies may be different in different sectors. So typically, if you look at FMCG, you will find terms like CNF agent, you will find terms like distributor, you will find terms like maybe super stockist, maybe wholesaler, and then retailer. But what you have to understand is that more the number of intermediary, every intermediary will charge some commission, or there will be some margin which every intermediary will be taking. So as the number of intermediaries increases, the cost of distribution will increase, because if there are 3 intermediaries, they will be taking their share, and which will add to our cost. If there are 4 intermediaries, then the cost will again go up, because instead of 3, now you have 4 distribution partners or 4 members in the distribution channel, right? Similarly, when we talk about modern trade, as I said, that this is more about organized retailing. Now this modern trade in itself can be B2B and B2C. So when you talk about B2B, there are retail outlets like Metro Wholesale, Best Price, which is typically not meant for consumers, but this is meant for small businesses. And if you look at modern trade B2C, it will include organizations like, say, Big Bazaar, now which is renamed as Smart Bazaar. Then you have D-Mart, you have outlets like Pantaloons, you have outlets like Shoppers Stop, and all others will be a part of this channel, right? Similarly, if I move towards the e-com side, then within the e-com, you may have some retailers who are dealing in B2B. Examples may be organizations like Udan, examples may be Flipkart, examples may be Amazon Business as well, examples may be Loadshare. So there are a lot of organizations who help smaller retailers to purchase products online. And the Alibaba, which is of China, is basically one of the biggest giant in this B2B e-com sector. B2C, that means the consumers can purchase products from here. So organization may decide not to put their product into general trade, not to put their product into modern trade, but to sell their product with the help of B2C, or with the help of these e-commerce portals, like it may be Big Basket, maybe Amazon, maybe Flipkart, and so on and so forth. In the last, say, 1 decade or so, maybe 12 to 13 years precise, this D2C has become the most common or a very popular trend in the Indian distribution market, which simply means that now the organizations, they are, with the help of internet, with the help of social media, they are directly taking their products to the consumers. So when I am directly taking the products to the consumers, probably I have more control over the cost. Mamaearth, Licious, Health Cart, these are some popular examples of e-com in the D2C space. And typically it started somewhere around 2009 and 10 when Lenskart started this model in India. And in the last 12 years or so, there have been more than 50 very, very successful D2C models in various spaces in the Indian market. So which type of model will be more suitable, that has to be decided by the organization. You want to make your products only available in modern trade, it's fine with you, because if you look at organization like Wipro Consumer Care, their entire focus is on this modern trade B2C, because in general trade sometimes you will find that there will be fight for shelf space, right? And if you are a smaller, if you are a new organization, probably you will find you may struggle to find the right kind of dealers, and it will be difficult for you to convince the retailers to keep your product. And since the number of intermediaries are more, the cost will be higher. And every channel has its own advantages and disadvantages. If you look at modern trade B2C, then yes, it appears that it is very easy to sell products to B2C or with the help of say Smart Bazaar and D-Mart, but actually it may be difficult, because sometimes these organizations might look for a higher margin. Sometimes these organizations might charge money from you for putting your products at a optimal place, in the shelf. So sometimes they are also charging for shelf space. Sometimes they are also charging for displaying the product at the prominent areas of the store. That is the cost which needs to be considered when you are talking about this modern trade B2C. Similarly, if many a time it is people believe that selling product in this Amazon and in this online platform is easier, which might not be true, because these organizations will also negotiate on some margins from you. These organizations may charge some money in the name of listing your product. So if you want your product to be displayed in the first row, in the first page, they might be charging some money from you. So these are the costs which again are associated in this case. D2C, that ways why it has become very, very popular. The reason may be that since most of the consumers now they have an internet connection, they have a smartphone in their hand, so it is very easy to directly reach out to them. So that ways probably you may believe that the cost here is minimum, and whatever the cost is within the control of the organization, right? So these are the various channels, distribution channels, which an organization can select while they are making their products available to the consumer. And as I said, there is no rule, there is no restriction that you should confine yourself only to one channel. You're absolutely free to make use of general trade and modern trade in this at the same time, and also your products are available online. So that gives you a better reach in the market, that helps you in reaching out to new consumers. But yes, if you are present in multi-channels, you have to be cautious, because sometimes it may lead to channel conflict. So you have to be careful about that. Now, if you look at that, this is again the classification what we have talked about. We have traditional channels which will typically include intermediaries. There may be 3, 4 or 5 intermediaries. Typically they will be called as wholesalers, distributors, dealers, CNF agents, super stockists. These are the terms which are largely used in the traditional channel. When you talk about modern trade, all the organized retailers will fall into this category. All the organized retailers will fall into this category. Within this, B2B will be those which are typically meant for a small retailers like Metro and Best Price. B2C will be retailers, organized retailers who have multiple outlets spread across the country, like a Smart Bazaar, Pantaloons, Shopper Stop, and so on. Within the e-commerce space also, you have a differentiation between B2B. Within B2B, you have brands like, the biggest player is Alibaba, then you have Amazon Business, you have Flipkart, then you have Loadshare, then you have organizations like Udaan who are into this space. And when you talk about B2C, then all the online channels through which you are purchasing those products will be a part of B2C. So it may be Amazon, it may be Ajio, it may be Flipkart, it may be Myntra, it can be any such brand. And when you talk of direct to consumers, just remember the key word here is direct, which means you are directly providing your products to the consumers. Number of intermediaries will be 0 or very, very less, and you will be in direct touch with the consumers. We talked about organizations like Boat, we talked about organizations like Mamaearth, we talked about organizations like Licious, Healthcart. These are all typical examples of direct to consumers, and it all started with Lenskart in the year 2009-10. Now, say for example, an organization is thinking of creating a distribution network, or an organization has done its research and they decided that they will be catering to the requirements of consumers who live in Rajasthan. So what will happen? I will establish a manufacturing facility here, somewhere close to Jaipur. But I need to make sure that my product reaches to the entire consumers in Rajasthan. So what I will do, that typically in various districts I will allot my intermediaries, I will allot my channel partners, I will identify my channel partners, and through them the products will be made available to the consumers. Gradually what may happen, that you may also decide that let's go to Madhya Pradesh, or let's go to Uttar Pradesh also, and let's go to Gujarat as well. So maybe still if you are located in Rajasthan, you will be able to cater to these markets because you will be appointing some of your channel partners in these 3 states. But maybe you decide that now let's go to Bihar. So now as you are moving far from the factory, the cost of transportation will increase. So maybe you may think of that let's open a plant in Assam, open another manufacturing facility in Assam. And the government also promotes, may give you some relaxations in the northeast part of the country. So maybe now you start, providing your products to the market of Bihar and to the market of Madhya Pradesh from this place. Maybe somewhere you decide that now let's move toward the southern part of the country, and the government is giving us good incentives to establish our factory in Pondicherry. So I may establish a manufacturing facility in Pondicherry, and then I may cater to some southern state from this part. So this is how the organization grows. So, and this is where you have to decide that till the time the transportation cost is manageable and the production capacity is utilized, or I am operating at 100% capacity, I may cater to those markets from that particular factory. But if I feel that the demand is more and I'm already running at 100% capacity, maybe you have to think of a place where to open your next facility or next manufacturing facility. So say for example, if we move to the next case and look at in one district, or if you look at the one state only, and say I have a manufacturing facility I have established, this is Uttar Pradesh, and I have a manufacturing facility at Lucknow. I have established a manufacturing facility at Lucknow. Now from Lucknow I have to cater to the various districts. So what I will do, that probably in every district I will create a channel partner, and this channel partner, he may be called as a CNF agent, carrying and forwarding agent. Now I will provide this to the CNF agent of Sitapur, to the CNF agent of Hardoi, to the CNF agent of Hardoi, to the CNF agent of Barabanki, Amethi, Raebareli, and similarly to all the districts, right? So I will be in touch with only one person who will be responsible for distributing my products further as per the policies of the company in this particular district, right? Or maybe if I look at one district in detail, then maybe if I am at Lucknow and he is my CNF agent. So in different markets, maybe I appoint a distributor here. Maybe I appoint a distributor D1 here. I appoint a distributor D2 here. I appoint a distributor D3 here. I appoint a distributor D4 here. So from this, my product from this place will reach to the distributors, right? And these distributors, suppose the geographical territory of D2 is this one. So this distributor will appoint few wholesalers under him who will be attached to these distributors, and they will take products from this distributor, and this wholesaler will make sure that the products are available at the various retail counters in his region. So this is how the product which is manufactured at one place will go to different states, will go to different districts with the help of different intermediary or channel partners. So maybe one channel partner is responsible for the entire state. Then you have channel partners who are looking for the districts. Then you have channel partners who are looking for the specific areas and will provide products to the various retailers which are available in that area, right? Now there are certain points of consideration which one has to take care of when you are making a distribution channel, because there are multiple ways through which you can reach to the target audiences. Of course, the first and the most important part is the cost involved. So the cost involved in a traditional channel will be different, because every intermediary would be looking for some margin, and you would be giving a definite margin to all the partners who are associated with you as a farmer in the form of channel partner, right? Then you have to look at that how much control you have over the channel. In that ways, probably D2C channel is the best because you have maximum control. Traditional channel will be on the other extreme where you have a bit less control, and especially in the case of FMCG till the retailer's point. But if you look at consumer durables, then you will find that the number of dealers will be less. If in the case of automobiles, you will find that the number of dealers or distributors will be less and the control can be higher. And when you are selecting a channel, you have to look at that how many consumers I would be able to cater, or what are the preferences of my consumers. So if I feel that my consumers are very tech savvy and they are very well familiar with the internet, probably I can make my products available for them through various digital media or through various digital platforms. But if I feel that this kind of product my target segment would like to buy from the retail counters only, then my choice would be, of course, the traditional channels. Then the credibility or the trustworthiness of the channel partners is also important, because in many cases they will be the front face, they will be the partners who will be interacting with the consumers. So if I'm making my products available through, say, Shoppers Stop, then probably consumers, the dominant feeling in the minds of the consumers would be that since they are purchasing it from Shoppers Stop, the quality would be of significant level, right? So this credibility also plays a very, very important role, and that's the reason probably that most of the manufacturers, they would like to be associated with Amazon because of the sheer reputation which they have in the marketplace, right? Then we also, because as marketer, we would like to reach out to maximum number of consumers. So that ways we would also try to understand that what is the coverage of that channel in terms of geography. So if I am making my products available through Amazon, probably I am making it available to the entire country. If I am making it available through the distribution or through, say, DMart, then DMart currently is typically available only in the southern states. If I am making my products available to Smart Bazaar, then probably I would be able to cover significant number of states. So you also have to look at the coverage, that how much consumers I would be able to reach and how much geography I would be able to cover if I devise or if I come up with this kind of distribution channel. And in many cases, the service requirements will also play a critical role. And if you wish to provide better services, improve services, then of course your control over the channel has to be on the higher side. So these were some of the points which should be taken into consideration when we are looking or when we are talking about the distribution channel. Now, if you look at some of the examples that how these organizations, they have built their network. So if you look at Coca-Cola is present in 200 countries and their products are available in more than 1.5 million stores, which is a very, very big number. So if tomorrow Coca-Cola comes up with a new product, within a span of few days, this product will be made available to 1.5 million stores, and that becomes one of the biggest strengths, that becomes one of the biggest competitive advantage of Coca-Cola. Toyota, one of the biggest automobile maker, they have a distribution network that spans over 140 countries. If you look at Walmart, they have more than 1100 stores in 27 countries. If you look at Nike, they have 30,000 stores in 160 countries. If you look at Samsung, they have 1600 stores in over 70 countries. If you look at Sony, they have 2000 stores in 100 countries. If you look at Microsoft, they have 5000 retail stores in over 40 countries. So if you look from the perspective of marketing mix, then yes, you have made a good product. But till the time you are not able to take that product to the consumers, till the time you are not able to ensure that your product is available to the consumers whosoever require it. You may not realize the desired benefit, you may not realize the desired sales turnover, the revenue target, what you have thought from the product. And thus, distribution channel plays a very important role in realizing your sales turnover and realizing the sales revenue target which you may have set for this particular product. Thank you.